Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Mike at Midnight.
And I'm Guersan's Gaming.
I got my all mixed
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I don't think we have the same order. Like, I see you this side, but not sure that's
It's like,
where it's
nope,
true.
this way. I have to point this way. I have to point the opposite direction. Here with some Hell in a Cell predictions, as we are wont to do.
Yeah, the
Um,
monthly or bi-monthly, depending
yeah,
on months.
exactly. Um, this is a 8-match pay-per-view, including the pre-show. Should be a fairly straightforward affair. We don't have a ton of time, so I'm going to try to keep us on topic as best I can.
Yeah,
Pre-show, and
we,
this
we have about as much time as we have interest for the
exactly.
pay-per-view.
Actually, on paper, this sounds like an interesting pay-per-view. Just the
Yeah,
build-up and the go-home show and everything was a little weak.
yeah.
So
The
first,
the L in the cell is gonna be the difference more than who's actually in the
and
matches.
I'm not even looking forward to Shane and Kevin. I'm looking more forward to the New Day versus the Usos. So
I'm kind of tired of seeing. I mean, they always have good matches, but they've been milking it for 6 months.
this has got to be the blow-off match for them. They've got to move on to somebody
Gotta
else after
be. I
this.
mean, move on.
So, which brings me to the pre-show. Gable and Benjamin versus the Hype Bros. Why is that on the pre-show?
Yeah, why is that even on the card?
Gable and Benjamin are amazing talents. There's no reason to put them on a pre-show.
Well, they are amazing talent, but they got zero charisma.
So, I'm
It,
somebody who values talent over charisma, i.e.,
yeah,
I'm rooting for Ziggler on this Roode match. I'll tell you that much right now.
yeah. I mean, Gable and Benjamin against the Eyebrows. I mean, the Eyebrows are basically jobbers, so
Exactly.
there's no way they're winning that.
They're going to lose. They're going to lose.
They're gonna lose, that's for sure.
And hopefully they finally break up, And I don't know who that's going to benefit because I'm not going to lie, I'm not a huge fan of Mojo Rawley either, and he's the only one who's going to come out of this with anything.
Yeah,
But obviously, Gable and Benjamin are going to go over.
yeah, for sure.
It'll be a good match. It'll be a decent match, but it's not going to really lead to anything.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna stay very, very low card
Yeah,
in everything they do, just because they got zero charisma. You can have all the skills in the world in the ring, if you don't have any charisma, you can't get much higher on the card because nobody's gonna give a shit about your matches.
not in the WWE at least.
Yeah,
Uh, which actually brings us to the next match, Rude and Ziggler.
yeah.
Um,
That should be a good match.
actually,
They're
yes.
actually both technically good,
I think
and they're both very charismatic.
exactly.
Build up was nice. So that's probably going to be one of the best match on the card.
I hope so because the thing is, like I've always said, and this is my personal opinion, Rude is a very Triple H-esque wrestler. That he is a ring general. He knows the psychology. He'll put on a good match, not a great match, unless paired with somebody who can also put on great matches, and that is Ziggler. Ziggler is known for putting on great matches with anything. So I'm looking forward to this match. I think good things are going to happen with it. I just don't know who's going to come out ahead and who's going to come out smelling like roses.
I
Obviously,
think they're gonna. It's the first official pay-per-view of Roode, so he's gonna win for sure.
I
I'm pretty sure just for that. But I'm pretty curious as far as what's gonna be the entrance for Ziggler because he said he's got a pretty good one. So I'm like, I'm push 80% of it. I'm sure he's gonna have the same entrance as Roode.
probably.
I'm sure that's something like that. That'd be very funny.
Um, I'm going to say it's going to be a dusty finish. I think Rude will win, but by like disqualification or count out or something like that.
Yeah, because they're
So
not going to give the win to Ziggler just because they've never used them right.
I
Why
know.
you start now?
And the problem is, I feel like with this current angle, they're going to try to invest something in Ziggler. They're trying to put him, I think they're
Yeah,
trying to position him as,
he's got to remain pissed.
exactly.
So winning would make him happy. So that would be against the gimmick.
exactly. Well, winning would also prove his point. So it becomes this balance issue. Rude's probably going to win it. Just, I'm not entirely sure how. So, Um. All right. Looks like our pee break here. Orton versus Rusev.
Yeah. Well, if we're lucky, it's going to be as long as the last time.
I think Rusev needs to start coming out to Aiden English singing Rusev Day. It just needs to start happening.
Well, he doesn't have much else going for him. They even take out his wife from him, so
It's like, I've heard you Bulgaria. Dude, we don't care anymore. And then Randy comes out and we're like, oh, we don't care even harder.
yeah,
It's so hard to care about this match at all.
Sleeper.
Like, it's gotten to a point where Aiden English is the most interesting part of this whole feud. Yeah. Who would have thought, you know?
Yeah. Well, hopefully it lasts 20 seconds like last time.
I'm going with English distraction. Rusev wins. I think they're trying to build up Rusev again. I don't know why, but I think they are. And I'm thinking they're going to try to transition Orton out of this feud eventually. So yeah. I'm saying Rusev victory.
They just don't know what to do with Orton.
Exactly. Honestly, they don't know what to do with Rusev either.
Yeah,
so
I'm guessing either Rusev's going to win the match or he's going to lose by DQ.
So, all right. Let's go. I think now we're heading into the title matches. Natalya versus Charlotte for the women's title.
I think they're gonna give it to Charlotte.
I would like to think so. Not because I think Natalya's bad or anything like that. Just because
that could be another one of the good match actually.
Exactly. Oh no, I've seen them fight before. I know that it's going to be a good match. I know it could potentially
Isn't
be...
it into the... No, it's not inside the Hell in a Cell.
No, unfortunately, we're only getting 2 Hell in a Cell matches. Yeah. And that's going to be New Day and Usos and Shane and Owens. So, no. Natty and Charlotte, though, have always put on great matches. There's a chemistry there that's... most people don't know.
They're both very technically good as well.
So. Exactly. Only problem is... Again, it's going to be the finish. Who walks away with the belt, and does Carmella play a role?
Yeah. Is she going to finally, like, just use that freaking briefcase? Like, that Money in the Bank has been useless for months now.
I
don't
know.
Then again, what's her gimmick without that?
Dominatrix, apparently.
I mean, she's nothing without that briefcase, and she's nothing with it, so...
I think this might be a build it up kind of moment. Charlotte comes back, wins the belt. Natalya was simply a transitional champion, but then we go straight into Carmella cashing in Money in the Bank and start the Carmella era. That's how I see it. And a lot of it is going to be Charlotte trying to it's going to be Charlotte trying to get the belt back for the next few months is what I see.
Yeah.
It's just what I see.
I hope Charlotte's going to win it. And I hope that if Carmella does come in with the briefcase and cash in her Money in the Bank, that she's going to lose it like Corbin did.
I'm calling...
He's getting a lot of screen time for a useless character.
I'm calling it opposite. I'm saying Charlotte wins the belt, but Carmella cashes in successfully and walks away with the title.
It would be the logical choice, because if both briefcase lose...
Mm-hmm.
It kind of takes away from it.
Exactly. It's that then it becomes a failed experiment as far as SmackDown being able to hold these briefcases. Yeah, especially since next year Raw is obviously going to hold the briefcases. You know. Yeah. All right. Boom. Boom. Next, AJ versus Corbin U.S. title match.
What a great talent. In a terrible match.
Yep. It's just
another feud that makes no sense whatsoever. That started based on barely anything. That went totally nowhere. And that, again, they don't know what to do with Corbin. So they're trying to put him against a guy like AJ, who's now stuck working against a guy that's nowhere near his level.
My thought process is if you guys wanted to build Corbin, this was not the way to do it. You screwed up. You blew his briefcase opportunity. You made it completely useless, and you made his worth go
Yeah, they they
You
wanted to bury him
you
because of the concussion thing, but
exactly. You can't build him
they
back up.
did it right.
I will
If
I will
it
say
worked right.
my problem with the WWE is they, especially Vince, is petty. You can't ruin your long-term booking decisions for a punishment, okay? You either long-term punish that person or you see it through and you stick with the long-term plan. You don't sit there and squander the opportunity, blow the stock and then go, don't worry, he's recoverable. It don't work that way.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Corbin's match either. I mean, the guy has about as much talent as he has air in the front of his head.
And I will say this, the one thing Corbin in NXT, they use this word a lot to describe Corbin. He's got presence. All right? Yes. He's a big, intimidating looking dude. He's got a look.
He's got a baby face, though.
So, but you're right. His skill. Hey, I'll tell you this, though. He's come a long way since he first, started in NXT. I'll give him that. He's able to actually go
He's
through
one
a
of
damn
those
match.
football players that try to transition to wrestling, so they're never great wrestlers.
But, again, you'd be surprised what you can do when you build up somebody right, i.e. Braun Strowman, all right?
Yeah.
Braun was considered complete and utter crap. Remember, back it was like, oh, Braun might face Undertaker at WrestleMania, and we all panicked. We were like, no! Now we're sitting here going, well, that could have been a good match, It depends on your perception of the person, and Baron has lost so much stock at this point.
Yeah.
I'm obviously AJ's gonna win.
That's what I think as well.
So
he's not out of the doghouse yet.
No, unless
and he wouldn't get out of it starting with AJ. That'd be a way to punish AJ.
Because that's the thing, really, unless we want to start building up the Nakamura AJ WrestleMania feud now, yeah, AJ's gonna hold on to the U.S. title for a little while longer. So, all right, last title match before we get to the Hell in a Cells, Nakamura and Jinder for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, well, Jinder is gonna win because they're going to India in December. So he's gonna retain the belt up until there.
And that's what we've been hearing on the rumors is that they're
thought it was September, but I just saw they posted it's like December 8th and 9th, something like that. So there's no way he's losing the belt anywhere near.
Exactly. They're talking about keeping him champion for the long haul, but everybody has agreed that, listen, at best this was an experiment, and this experiment has failed. All right.
Yeah, he's not good in the ring, and he's not cutting good promos. He can't do anything by himself anyway. He always has the Singh brothers.
And I will say this, the Singh brothers is not a knock on his abilities at all. It's actually the cronies are there to enhance that heel persona. The problem is
it's taking away from his ability though.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of covering up the fact that he is a mid-card talent at best, and he's never truly developed his skills beyond that.
He's a PR champion.
Exactly.
That's all he is.
And the fact that they're writing these overtly racist promos is just ridiculous.
Yeah, they kind of pushed.
There was like nothing we could do there. When your crowd is going, that's too far. All right, reevaluate. All right, because this is a product where we have sat there and watched a man dressed as another man sexually assault a mannequin in a casket, and this was too far for them. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Things are way too far now than they were 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's true not just for WWE, but everything on American TV.
Exactly.
You can't have shit on TV anymore.
I would love to go with Nakamura. And you know what? Personally, I'm going to, despite all my better judgment, I'm going to hold out hope and say Nakamura is going to win this. I'm hoping.
I want Nakamura to win, but I'm sure that
I want them
to win just for the PR of December.
I need them to pull the trigger on Nakamura because it's getting to this point where Nakamura and Jinder cannot be the great big feud on SmackDown.
Yeah.
They need to pull the trigger on whether or not they're going to make Nakamura the guy.
I mean, not only is Jinder a terrible champion, but he makes the best belt on the show a mid-card show.
Exactly. He's devalued the title. AJ is the champ right now. That's the fact of the matter.
Yeah.
I guarantee I'd love to actually.
That guy's never gonna have a title again once he's done with that, and they're done with their tour in India. I mean, January he's gone.
Hey, I will say this about Jinder. Never say never. I mean, look at Miz. You know, Miz's WWE title run was considered a disaster. Now the man is on his way to becoming one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time. It's not that your career is dead. It's just you're in the wrong spot. You were put in the wrong spot too quickly. Yeah. Miz, if you had given Miz the WWE Championship
Miz
now,
you know, Jinder Mahal doesn't have either technical ability or charisma.
Exactly.
He only has size.
So
that's all you need with Vince, but for fans, you need more than that.
And eventually, and that's the thing is, one day it will be nice to know that once Vince is gone, and yes, you can take that however you want. I can't wait for the man to die. I'm sorry. That just because you're a giant jacked dude doesn't mean you're going to be pushed to the top of the card. Guys like Jinder, guys like Baron, guys, you know, who are just like, it's like.
And Baron's not even big. I mean, he's tall.
He's tall.
Not big.
Well, what do you call it? Botch Spot, James Hornsby comics. If you've never seen them, they're awesome. But he does the little squares. When Baron cashed his briefcase, that's what he was joking. Was like Jinder rolled him up. And Baron's like, "But I'm tall," and Jinder's like, "But I'm jacked." It's like,
yeah. I died a little inside, literally, when they said that Baron was the next Undertaker.
Oh.
Are you really kidding me?
No.
I mean, all right, they're friends, but dude, never say something like that.
And no, because at least Taker could go. Taker had talent, you know, in-ring ability. So yeah, you're going with Jinder. Like I said, I'm fighting it, and I'm hoping that maybe if I say it enough times, it'll happen. I'm going with Nakamura.
Yeah. And that's also one feud that needs to stop.
It's getting old. It's getting tired. There's nothing they're
recycling. I mean, and it's true for Raw as well. They're doing the same fights for 2 and 3 pay-per-views. I mean, just switch the cards, not just the type of matches.
All right. First Hell in a Cell match. New Day versus the Usos, which, personally, I think should be the main event, because I think it's still going to be the match of the night.
Probably going to be a good match. It's just like they always have good matches, but it's 2 teams I don't care about. I don't like either gimmicks, but they do have good matches. So they're enjoyable to watch, but it's not something like I'd watch and be on the edge of my seat. It's something I'm going to be doing something else where it's going and looking from the side.
I will say complete opposite. I am actually going to put down my phone and I'm watching this one because, listen, I'm not huge on the New Day. I respect the hell of the guys for getting over.
They got the Bailey gimmick.
I've always been a Kofi Kingston fan.
It's a SmackDown kid-friendly team.
Now, yeah. But the Usos have always impressed me, and the fact that they were able to kind of rejuvenate their gimmick when they started getting stale. In-ring ability, the guys have always been able to perform. Now they've got an edge to them, and again, I know you, but I'm an Uso fan. I'm an Uso fan, especially this iteration. It's good.
I don't like their promos.
I think their promos have been great.
when they do promos against New Day, they're fine. But when they do like promos on their own, they're all the same.
So and
they're pushing a bit too hard on the gangsta shit.
And that's the thing. Some people do better promo work when they have somebody to work with.
It would probably work better if they were black, because they're acting like it. It just seems like out of place.
I was gonna say,
it's like they're pushing against their nature to shove it down our throats.
I was gonna say that on Friday when they were like showing the bumpers for later. The Usos are gonna read the New Day their rights. I'm like, wait, we're gonna read the rights to a bunch of black guys on national TV. Ooh, this could be bad.
That's not gonna work.
But no, I'm actually excited for this match. all things considered. I do hope this is finally the blow off for the teams. They
Yeah,
need
it needs
this
to
has
be
to
that.
be the
Like
end.
what, the 20th
Um,
match in 6 months?
somebody
Not
needs to
even.
bleed the hard way. Okay, we need to happen.
I mean, no wonder they have great match. I mean, they know each other pretty well.
Exactly. I've
The Hell in
also
the Cell is definitely going to make it better. I know Wood's going to be outside because
exactly.
it's 2-on-2, but
And then I've always, because the thing is, I've always been a proponent for tag team wrestling. I love tag team wrestling. It's one of the things that I've always been angry that Vince has kind of let fall to the wayside. So the fact that any tag teams who are able to make a great match, like the last pay-per-view, I'm sorry, dude, that tag team title match, Rollins, Ambrose, and the
that
Bar was
a
amazing.
really good match.
And that's the thing. It's like I keep saying, tag team wrestling can be great if done correctly. And that was a huge example. And I think the Hell in a Cell will be another example. And right now, the tag team matches are killing it. They're killing it.
Yep.
So I'm going with the New Day on this one just because it doesn't make much more sense to put the Usos back in there. Somebody else needs to step up to the New Day.
I think the Usos are going to win because Woods is injured, and I heard that Kofi's not that great.
Like injury-wise? Yeah. Okay.
He injured himself in a house show like 1 or 2 weeks ago, and it was questionable whether he was going to wrestle or not.
I didn't even hear about that.
So apparently, he seemed to be fine, but he might not be 100%. So
okay, then here in that case, what I am going to say is I'm still going to go with New Day, but I'm saying next SmackDown, then they may take the belts off them to somebody maybe up and coming, or try to establish somebody, one of the other teams.
The High Bros.
That would be weird.
They're bringing back the Fashion Files. Maybe they'll actually wrestle now.
Oh man, that would actually be really cool to get Breezango to like accidentally score the belts. You know,
because they're bringing it back. Like they said, the Fashion Files will return at LNSL.
I forgot about that.
So are they going to be in the tag team picture?
Maybe? I'm predicting that the Fashion Files will make me chuckle. Probably not laugh out loud, but at least chuckle.
Yeah, yeah, because it's usually pretty bad, but it's kind of like Simpson bad.
Exactly. It's like you're still gonna watch it. You're still gonna enjoy it.
It's stupid, but it's really badly made.
All right, last one.
Shane versus Kevin Owens. Well, I don't know if you read the rumor sites, but I already know how that one ends.
Here and there. What have I heard? What are we hearing?
Well, from what I heard is that Shane is going to get his ass seriously kicked real bad by Owens, and that Triple H is actually going to start a feud with Owens to avenge both McMahons. That's what I heard.
Okay, I can see that. And then what? Owens gets the rub from Triple H at WrestleMania? I can see that.
Well, actually, at the Rumble, from what I heard.
Okay, either way, that's the thing.
Triple H versus Owens at Rumble.
I mean, let's admit it right now. Triple H has been laying down for everybody lately. I mean, there's a bit of a trade-off, but he's still laying down, you know? It's like, yeah, I'll put you over at WrestleMania. I just have to be champion. It's like, okay, fine.
Because, I mean,
you're
whether...
freaking Triple H, what are we going to say?
Whether Owens wins or lose, where does that persona go from now on? I mean, he's really, really pissed at the world right now. So whether he wins or loses is not going to change that. So he's got to fight someone bigger than that after. Who's left bigger than that? Well, the guy in charge.
Exactly, Trips. If that is indeed the case, then I was expecting Kevin to win anyway, because that's the thing too. Is lately, since Shane has come back, Shane's been laying down for everybody. So
yeah, he's not a wrestler anyway, so he shouldn't really win.
Actually, I think he is actually
but
signed.
He's winning great matches every time he does wrestle.
He does. For a man his age and not an active regular wrestler, I give Shane props. Again, he's got nothing to prove.
And he always has crazy stunts in those. He never have a match where he doesn't have a crazy stunt.
I think he's an adrenaline junkie, obviously. The thing is, what did I actually? I heard that he's actually signed to a talent contract. So like an actual wrestler contract. He's just part time, like Brock is. You know.
He's probably going to be the one to fall off the
Yeah.
cell
And
this
that's
week.
because they, for whatever reason, they also consider Shane a draw. So I guess the year that he came back for the Hell in a Cell with Taker, they were apparently the ticket sales have been a little slumpy. They announced Shane for the Hell in a Cell, and all of a sudden the ticket prices jacked up. So they were
he's
like,
pretty popular with fans.
exactly, he is. So he is considered a draw, which means, you know, and that's good for him. That's good for him. That's not bad. But Kevin needs the victory. He needs to continue on to be this just unstoppable machine. He needs to go crush Sammy in an interim feud, but he just needs to start killing everybody.
Because you can't really have him feud with Sammy.
Exactly. Actually,
he's way too low on the card for him.
I'll tell you this right now. Do you know what needs to happen? Jinder needs to retain the title against Nakamura, just so Kevin can come in and just completely decimate Jinder. Just comes in and just boom.
Do that.
Kevin needs the belt. Kevin needs the belt at this point, you know? It can't be, you can't have an angry champion chase, or an angry chaser, you know? He needs the belt, and he needs to continue to not feel vindicated enough. He needs to continue on his war path, this just decimation of talent, until Triple H steps in, you know? Of course, I don't know where the story goes from there, but
yeah,
obviously, for the Hell in a Cell, for the here and the now, Kevin's going to win. It's going to be brutal. Obviously, the false count anywhere means that I'm go ahead and counting that this is going to end on top of the cell.
I think it's going to end after being thrown from the top of the cell.
I'm more worried that with Kevin's powerbomb and everything else, I'm worried like their spot is going to be through the cell, you know? That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
So
they already did through the cell. They already did the announcer's table.
Exactly.
So
well,
unless they bring something else around.
Well, because here's the thing: we've done the announcer's table and through the cell on the old cell, which was like 6 feet lower or something like that. That's the thing. Everybody doesn't realize that Shane jumping off the top of the Hell in a Cell back at WrestleMania was insane because that cell was higher than Foley's jump. You know, that's Foley dropped a shorter distance than Shane did. So it becomes, guys, what more can we do here? You know, without killing somebody.
Yeah, that's the hiccup.
That's actually the only reason to watch this match is it becomes, what are we gonna do here, guys?
What crazy shit are gonna pull off?
Exactly. I'm going with Kevin.
Yeah. Maybe Owens is gonna fall down.
That would be insane. I mean that in every way, shape, and form because that's the thing. If obviously they got him for long-term booking, there's no point in having him get injured. Shane loves it, man. Let him do it.
Maybe they're both gonna fall off at the same time.
Oh,
that'd be nice. Like you do the power bomb through the ceiling, and the ceiling just destroys below your feet, and they both fall down.
Ooh, that could be dangerous. I don't know how they're planning whatever.
Or he throws Shane from the roof, and Shane grabs him, and they both go down.
This is gonna be like this. Is gonna be one of those.
They never did that. That both guys fall down.
This is one of those matches where you're gonna be watching it just to figure out what the spot's gonna be. You know. All right. And that's it. That's the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think if all executed correctly, this actually has the potential to be a good pay-per-view despite the lackluster build and the really disappointing go-home show.
Yeah, so the matches themselves are okay.
On paper, they sound great.
On paper, I think what's going to make or break the show...
See, right here. On paper, sounds great.
Yeah. on paper... The matches are okay. I think what's gonna make or break it, it's all the little candies you sprinkle on shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna make it or not. Because the matches, I can't say that I'm looking forward to. Like probably the match I'm looking the most forward in there is Roode versus Ziggler.
And like
other than that,
for me, it's definitely the tag team Hell in a Cell. That's my joint on that one. I think if they can tell a decent story with all these matches, this could actually be one of the better pay-per-views of the year. It just has to be good storytelling and good matches. I mean, literally, that's any pay-per-view. They just have not been able to get that right correctly. I will say this: No Mercy was a surprising exception because short of the 2 marquee matches, all the rest of the matches were pretty freaking good on that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know?
Like with the quality of the pay-per-views we've been getting, I'm pretty happy they launched the WWE Network, because I remember back when you had to pay $50 to watch a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I'd be fucking pissed if I paid $50 for that.
That's why we do. It's like for a while there, we stopped paying $50, and we were just like, it's not worth it until you start giving me quality to pay for. I'll pay for WrestleMania and everything else. Torrent, you know.
Yeah. I mean, they even sell those on DVD for $25 after.
Exactly. It's like, I'm definitely happy the network has balanced things out, but again, that cannot be an excuse for lackluster pay-per-views, you know? Quality sells product, not quantity, you know? Just because we have 14 pay-per-views now doesn't mean that I need the network. I need some of those to actually have worthwhile matches and not be killing these dudes for no reason.
Yep.
So... All right, G, thank you. I'm going to go back to bed because it's really freaking early.
I'm going to finish my break and go eat.
All right, you enjoy.
We're actually doing this during my dinner break.
I'm sorry, dude.
Our work schedule doesn't really go, so
this is
I'm
how
on
much
my dinner break from work doing this.
This is how much we love you guys, all right? I hope you guys appreciate this.
Yeah.
All right, bud. You go eat. You go have a good rest of your day. Like I said, we will try to figure out what we're doing. We might be doing something after the fact. We don't know yet. We're going to coordinate. We'll see what we got. Other than that, go subscribe to Guersan's channel.
And to Mike's.
Well, of course, but they're going to subscribe to me anyway, right, guys? Right? Also, I'm on Twitter now, guys, so go follow me so you get updates for, like, when I'm not going to be on for a day or something like that, you know? So, beyond that, guys, have a good one. Let's hope this pay-per-view is good. Everybody stay safe.
Finger crossed.
Exactly. Guys, Mike out.
G out.
Peace.
See you guys.